geeks, it's Brianna Lopez from San Antonio, Texas. And when I'm not constantly geeking out with Brandy Walsh over every little detail of my upcoming July trip, or texting EJ Cruz about how excited we are for Toy Story Land, I go geeking on Walt Disney World with Curtis and Lindsay.
Are you ready for a fun-filled hour of food favorites, resort hopping, and hanging out with Disney World geeks? It's now time to go geekin' on Walt Disney World. Here's our dad and co-host. Hollywood was impressed with his performance in crowd scenes at the Indiana Jones stunt show. He never misses an 11 a.m. margarita at the Mexican Pavilion. And Mike Wazowski is still raving about his performance as that guy over at Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Curtis Stone.
Hey, Disney World geeks. This week on the show, it's mostly about fine dining and fine wine tasting with Super Geek Jeff McCartney on episode 273 of the Geekin' on Walt Disney World podcast. I am your Geekin' Family Podfather, Curtis Stone, and we are the family-friendly father-daughter podcast, also featuring Mama, Auntie Judy, Soul Sister Holly, and cousins Jen and EJ, and our Geekin' family will feed your passion for Walt Disney World by sharing our experiences and opinions, as well as others from our community of passionate Walt Disney World geeks. I'm so excited you're here with us and listening to our show because geeky Disney people are awesome and we consider you family, part of our Geekin' family. And join us every Monday as we share travel tips, resort reviews, and lots of food talk through our live trip reports, interviews with our Geekin' family members about their trips, and special guest roundtables on fun Disney World topics from Geekin' family members all around the world. And we take pride in the awesome and positive community in our Geekin' family. So come join us and share our love for Walt Disney World and each other. And I bet you'll learn something to try on your next vacation. If you're listening to podcasts to plan your Disney vacation, we're Disney travel experts and we're independent travel agents with Fairy Tale Concierge. Fairy Tale Concierge is an authorized Disney vacation planner agency. Hey, Disney World can be an overwhelming vacation to plan, so let Mama and Auntie Judy explain it all to you and help you create a great plan with fast passes, dining reservations, and tips on the best rooms and resorts in Disney World. Join our mailing list, the Geekin' Gazette, and stay up to date with the latest promotions and info when you're ready to book. Just go to our website, geekin on wdw.com/advice, to request our personalized help. Hey geeks, I can't believe I'm back from Disney World, but you can't believe it too if you've been watching my Facebook postings. I also can't believe it's been a whole year since we had one of our good friends, Jeff McCartney, on the show, but it's true, it's been a whole year. I guess this is an annual trip report, although he's going like 3 times, I think, and he lives closer there. You're going to hear all about it. Jeff is a great storyteller, and he describes some great experiences, especially wine and dining experiences. Here's the highlights, geeks. This was recorded during my Christmas break. I think I've got like 7 of these that I recorded during that time. So get ready. They're all coming in the next few weeks. He stays at Jambo House in Kidani over at the Animal Kingdom Lodge. He's celebrating his birthday and anniversary. It's always so much fun to celebrate things when you're down in Disney World. I know I did my birthday this past January trip. Wine tasting at Jiko. Yeah, this is a thing. You got to sign up 6 months ahead of time. He really enjoyed that. Boy, Mama, she's a great travel agent. She does a great job for Jeff's non-DVC part of his trip, and you'll hear about that. 52 minutes of food and wine talk, guys. I hope you've eaten. Extensive descriptions of Jiko wine tasting event. Wine Bar George. Yeah, that's a newer one down in Disney Springs. Here's some fine dining for you. Citricos. Morimoto Asia. Talking about the Peking duck. Jiko Le Cellier. How about some steaks, guys? One of his favorites is Tiffin's. He mentions that one. And food and wine. Yeah, it's the food and wine. He's down there during that last fall. Talks about some of the dishes he had there. He had a Geekin' meetup. I love the Geekin' meetups. I'm going to tell you all about that when I do the outro. All the Geekin' meetups I had, but Jeff he's the best selfie taker there is. So whenever you see Jeff and Barry down in the parks, get a selfie with them. I use them all the time in my Facebook group. They do a spa day. So for you guys that are into trying out the spas down in Disney World, Jeff is an expert at that. You're going to hear all the details. He's a great planner. He's got some great tips for newbies. He really does pride himself on the planning that he does. And update, we didn't meet up in January. Barry was sick and they left a little bit early, so we missed meeting those guys. That was a shame. And you get a little preview. He's got some trips coming up, especially a Western Caribbean Disney cruise. Now, the Geekin' family has a couple super geeks I consider our official sommeliers. And Brandy Walsh is one of them. Good friend. I got to meet her this January, and especially Jeff McCartney too. And let's now enjoy some fine dining and sip some wine with Jeff in Walt Disney World. Well, I love the holidays, except for I put on way too much weight, and I am not trying to get back to the diet yet. I am sitting here eating carrot cake cookies and carrot cake and drinking soda for my breakfast, but it is holiday time. It's a Thursday morning, but I love getting on, recording some podcast episodes, and you guys are going to put on weight for sure in this episode, because I've got one of our bestest foodies coming on the show, and he's got lots of food talk for us, and he's actually our official Walt Disney World wine specialist, and like I said, pretty much a foodie too, and he volunteered to take his nieces and nephews to Disney World without being tortured first, and Tables in Wonderland card is considering shutting him off. It's like when Las Vegas sees card counters coming through the door. I think his Tables in Wonderland card is in jeopardy if Disney installs facial recognition. And please welcome one of our most beloved super geekers. I believe he has his own fan club. Hey, it's Jeff McCartney. How you doing, Jeff?
I'm doing quite well. Hey, geeks.
Well, I tell you what, I looked back on the year and I said, I must have, because I look for the intros that we've done before, and I'm looking through and going, when was the last time we recorded? It's like deja vu. I think I said the same thing last year. Last time we recorded, Jeff, was in January of last year.
It was a while ago. I was shocked too. I was looking and I was like, has it been a year?
I swear to God, he did this last year. I said the same thing. Well, how you been? How's the year been going for you?
The year's been great. It's been hectic as all get out. We made the decision to move from Connecticut down to South Carolina, outside of Hilton Head. And literally, we started packing up the house in April. We moved in July, and we probably didn't get done unpacking until September. So It was a very busy year. So even though it does seem like such a long time ago that we recorded, it seems just like yesterday given everything that's been going on.
Exactly. So, and we had a great send-off party. That's one of those parties I'll always remember. We have good friends.
That was a great party.
We have mutual friends that we've met through we actually all worked together, but I worked with Connie a little bit. So Connie Caldero. Mm-hmm. And we went to their house and had a great themed dinner. I don't remember how that idea, you guys were messaging back and forth, but we did an Ohana dinner, and we did. Everybody brought something. We had Judy and Ken and Lori and you and Barry, and it was kind of a send off for you guys because you guys were getting ready to go down to South Carolina, but real memorable. I'd love to do that again sometime. That was fun.
That was a lot of fun, and everyone really went out of their way to really nail some of the experiences of Ohana. So
yeah, exactly. I thought some of it was even better. Just the meat. Remember, Connie and Lori were cooking the meat on the grill outside. We had the noodles. Something. We all brought something, and you brought wine.
I brought wine. I was going to do the Hawaiian sweetbread, but I just couldn't find it. It was all out.
No, it was awesome, and we'll always remember that evening out. Well, that's why maybe it seems like hasn't been that long I've been talking to you. But yeah, so how's everything in South Carolina?
Everything's great. It's such a different experience to be here at the holidays and be wearing shorts and flip-flops.
Oh.
It's just crazy.
What's the weather today?
Today it'll probably get upwards. Well, we've been having weather getting up into 60.
Yeah.
60 degrees. I would say, let me see. In fact, I am going to check it right now, live on air. I know you should never do that. Like right now, it's 60 degrees outside.
Oh, yeah.
And it's only going to get warmer.
So it's been kind of mild up here. It's no snow on the ground right now. We have 32 degrees today, but tomorrow's going to be 50 here. We're going to get some rain again. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm jealous about that weather in your South Carolina. We were just chatting, and you can drive down to Disney World right now, Jeff?
Oh, yeah, like 4.5 hours, and we're there. And as a result, we're planning more and more trips. So we've got one coming up in January. We'll be down there for 2 weeks, and it's for some friends of ours here at where we live. One of our friends is turning 50, and she wanted to spend it at Disney World. So I did a 5-day stay at Saratoga Springs, and then we are finally using our RCI membership to do one of their last call options, and staying off property, about a mile off property, for an additional week, and a 1-bedroom villa for like $280 for the week. It's crazy.
We got to talk more about that because our paths are going to cross. We got to see if we can hook up maybe one. We did this last time, I think. We met in the parks one other time. Oh, you were coming in and we were going out or something like that. And that
it was like just crossing. It seems to be our habit.
Yeah, and I think that was the first time I met Barry too.
Probably. I think it was back when Pandora was opening.
That's right. Yes.
We were trying to hook up for some of the events that we were both doing in common. So
exactly. Well, let's talk about this October trip. Tell us when you went in October.
Okay, so this past October, we originally were going to go down as part of a trip with our very good friend Leanne Mancini. You may see her in some of the pictures of us when we're doing selfies. Like I think you just did a picture with Chris and with Stacy,
right.
And she was in the picture. So people are probably like, who's that? That's our friend Leanne. And originally it was going to be her and her husband's son and his girlfriend, and then Leanne's nephew. And so we had gotten a 2-bedroom villa, and we figured that everyone could find a bed somewhere. We were going to go down for 5 days. We decided that 5 days is never enough for us.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I don't know how you're doing that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it was one of those situations where I was looking for an additional 5 days, and I was looking afterward. So we were originally going to be staying there from the 28th through November 2nd because my birthday falls in there, and they thought it would be fun to celebrate it while we were down there.
Yeah.
And the park crowds were relatively low during that particular time. And I was trying to get something for the week after, and I just couldn't find anything.
Yeah.
And it comes to find out that it's Jersey week.
Oh.
And so everything is just book solid. And so we decided to go the week before, and we actually went through Mama to book a room cash.
All right. Yes.
To do like 4 days beforehand. So we were going to be down there for a total of 9 days.
Yeah. So to catch everyone up, one of the podcasts, maybe it was when you bought DVC, you told us, sprung it on me. Like, you didn't tell me, like, we're recording. Go, oh, we bought DVC. And they're like, oh, you did? Yeah. Yeah. So you went on points then for the 2-bedroom, 28 through.
We did.
Yeah.
We did. And while we were down there in October, we ended up going down to the resale place, and we ended up buying even more points on this trip. So we now have almost we're like 2 points shy of 300.
Oh, nice. That's a nice number. And where did you get the points this time from? Which
Old Key West.
Oh, okay.
When we go down there, we go through Disney, but we go do resale. We look to see if they have any resale points available, and it's cheaper, and it doesn't last as long. But quite honestly, I'm 58, and if I'm still kicking at 85, I'm sure that somebody else can take it from there. So,
well, I'm excited that you guys got. Yeah, those are two great resorts. I know you got the Saratoga Springs the first time because even though you bought through Disney, that you asked them about if they have resale points to buy back. So that's where you got them. Yeah.
And they usually do. And in fact, if people go through other resellers, they have to go through Disney and get Disney's approval on the sale. And the reason they do that is that if they have somebody like myself who is looking for resale property, we get first crack at it.
Ah, right. Exactly.
Which is why it doesn't always go through when you're going through another reseller.
Was there a reason why you did Old Key West instead of keeping them all?
That was the only points that were available resale at the time.
All right. Have you stayed there before?
Yes.
All right.
And we do enjoy it very much.
No doubt. Well, thank you for booking with Mama for that studio over his Jambo House, right?
Yes, it was.
So,
it was great working with her. It was very stress-free. And in fact, I ended up having to go back to her because our friend Leanne she has a contract with Disney. She is actually one of their contractors.
Okay.
If your listeners will actually take a look the next time they're in one of the Disney gift stores, the jewelry that Disney puts on sale is now coming in new packaging. And the new packaging is basically, instead of it just being a flat plastic backing, it's now a small mini gift bag.
Oh, okay.
So that the jewelry comes with its own gift bag that you can give to somebody. That gift bag display is actually from my friend Leanne's company.
Oh, that's cool.
So she's been working with Disney, and she had to actually go down for a work stay. And so she opted to stay with us for a couple days during that cash stay that we arranged with Mama. So I had to have her add Leanne to the reservation, and there was a couple things that we needed to get done, and she was super to work with.
Oh, I love it when listeners use our services, even though you're a great planner yourself and you're used to making your plans, but so we really appreciate that. That is awesome. And,
well, I'll tell you, it's like, you're absolutely correct. I have no problems at all going with doing everything myself, but in this particular case, I wanted it to be as hassle-free as possible. So having Mama there to deal with some of the things that came up was super.
Thank you so much. I think, there's no reason, people don't, sometimes when you tell people that our services are free, it's like they don't trust us or something. They are. She's available. Take that.
Very responsive. Like I would actually drop her a note and she would get back to me very quickly.
Exactly.
So, or if she couldn't get back to me right then and there, she would let me know when she would be able to get back to me. So that was perfect.
Honestly, if we're having trouble, it's usually the Disney systems we're having trouble with.
And we did experience a little bit of that.
Beware. Hope they improve on that in the coming year. All right. So we know where you went. You were at, so not much of a split stay because you went from Jambo over to Kidani, right?
Yes, exactly. So I wanted to stay in Jambo for the cash stay because I always like the grandeur of the main lodge. The 2-bedroom Kidani, it's just, we've grown to love that as well. So having both experiences during our stay was perfect. So
you stayed there before then?
Oh yes, many times.
You like that? So you do enjoy the Animal Kingdom Lodge?
We do,
and
very much.
Well, you guys were celebrating. You mentioned one quick thing. What else were you celebrating?
So we were celebrating my birthday, and Barry and I actually were celebrating 10 years of marriage. So we ended up, that's why I wanted to do the week before, because our anniversary is on the 25th, and my birthday is on Halloween. So it just made sense to do it that week in the end.
So did you do anything special for all these celebrations?
We kind of did. There's a couple things that we did during the week for my birthday. The one thing that I told everyone that I wanted to do was I wanted to do the wine tasting at Jiko's.
Nice.
And Leanne was on it 6 months in advance. You can actually book that through the Disney reservation system. It does book up fast.
Yeah.
There's literally only 12 seats available, and they only do it every Wednesday at Jiko's.
Oh, cool.
So I made the mistake in the past of arriving at the Animal Kingdom Lodge and going to concierge and saying, are there any seats available for the wine tasting? And then having them laugh uproariously at me.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you want to go this week? Ha, ha, ha. But she got on it, and she got us reservations. I'll tell you, the wine tasting at Jiko did not disappoint.
Yeah. So tell people your history with wine a little bit too, Jeff.
So my history is that we used to work for 2 different wineries, and I used to be assistant winemaker at both of those wineries.
Yeah.
While I don't have any specific schooling in winemaking, I had such a passion and such an interest that they kind of took me under their wing and showed me the ropes. And after a while, I became fairly proficient in, helping out with doing the winemaking at the various wineries. And so
Jiko
exposed it to me.
Jiko is known for their wine, aren't they?
They are. They are the largest. I think they're the largest South African wine cellar outside of South Africa.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and their wines are always delicious. And what I always tell people to do is to work with their server to understand. Oftentimes they will have pairings on the menu, but I will sometimes ask my server if they have any other recommendations above and beyond what's on the menu. And I again, it never disappoints. I have actually had bottles of wine brought to the table that were not on the menu that were spectacular.
Oh, nice. Well, Jeff, I'll have you know, I discovered one of my favorite wines ever there at Jiko in the lodge. And I know you won't make fun of me because you've been nice to me before because I'm horrible with wine, but I love Jam Jar.
Yes. No, I will never make fun of anybody's decision on their wine. The one thing I tell people is that the right wine for you is the wine that you like. And
thank you.
While there are definitely recommendations in terms of white will go with fish and chicken.
Yeah.
Rosé can go with a variety of things. I generally only use rosé during the summer, though. But I did do a rosé with turkey for Christmas.
All right.
Very good. And reds usually go with the heavier meats, the red meats. But
I drank.
You can mix and match that.
Lindsay got me a bottle of Jam Jar. Funny. It says, I like that on the date. It says 2013. I don't know if that makes. I don't know that makes a difference for that particular wine. It's a sweet Shiraz, if anyone's wondering, but I always like to have it down at Disney World. And I had a whole bottle at Christmas Day, and I just ate junk all day, so it went well with that too.
I'll tell you. So Jam Jar is actually delicious. I love Jam Jar. I've had it several times. So you're not going to get any criticism from me on that.
I think they have a white and a red one, actually.
But, it's funny because Barry, when he first started working at the winery, his taste was almost exclusively sweet wines only.
Yeah.
And it was through constant exposure to different types of wines.
Sure. Yeah.
He grew to appreciate drier wines. But he still got a sweet tooth. So his preference is to go with the sweeter wine still.
Actually, you read the back of it, it says it does go well with desserts.
It does.
Yeah.
Wine generally will.
Oh, perfect. Well, there's a little taste for you guys, what we're going to get into food-wise and drink-wise with Jeff. But I want to just step back and tell me what you like best about Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Oh dear. So Animal Kingdom Lodge, the Jumbo House. I love the grandeur of the lobby. It's just lovely. It's that back wall, which is all glass and iron, looking out onto the savannah. It's the fireplace that's in the lobby that you can sit around and just kind of relax. You've got the Victoria Falls Lounge where you can go down and grab a quick drink before dinner. Jiko, Boma, two of my favorite restaurants on property.
Nice.
There's just so much about it. And quite honestly, I could sit on my balcony and watch the animals all day.
I think you just nailed that. Yeah, it's a very cozy place. And speaking of the fire, if it rains and you get stuck in a rainstorm, you can dry out by the fire.
That's right.
It happened to me, Mom. That was a great story. We were just transferring over. We're like, oh, we're not going to get wet. We're in buses. We're transferring at Epcot. And then that sideways rain came.
Mm-hmm.
Drenched us anyway. But that's where my Animal Kingdom Lodge T-shirt came from, because the ones we were wearing were soaking wet. Excellent. What about the quick service there? Did you try that?
We go down for Mara every morning for breakfast. So while Barry is kind of getting up, I'm an early bird, so for him it takes a little longer to kind of get up and moving in the morning. So while he's doing that, I've already gotten myself ready, and I head down to Mara, pick up coffee, pick up breakfast, and bring it back to the room so that by the time I get back, he's ready. We have breakfast together on the balcony, watching the animals. And then we're out for the day. That's
beautiful, yeah. And Mara's a little weird one, too. You got to kind of go outside towards the pool.
You do. But their food is very good. In fact, they have actually changed their menu recently, I noticed, on this trip. They actually consolidated their breakfast offerings quite a bit. And they got rid of a lot of the more, I would say, exotic dishes. Yeah. In favor of the more familiar. Okay. And I found that in some ways disappointing.
Did you have a favorite before?
I didn't. I mean, for me, I'm all about the croissant with the scrambled eggs and cheese and bacon. So, for me, I don't care where I am. That's like always my favorite.
Go-to,
It's just I've noticed that Disney is starting to pull back from the unification of all the restaurants. Like, I think that I was listening to Len Testa one time, and he was mentioning on a podcast that he was disappointed that it was like strip steaks everywhere. They may be prepared a little bit differently, but everyone now has strip steaks, and they'd gone away from the more exotic cuts of meat. It was to save money, right? So that way they can buy in bulk of a particular type and then, get it to all the restaurants. Well, they're starting to kind of pull away from that now. And they're actually going back. Many of the restaurants are going back to unique offerings that you can't find in any other restaurant. But it just seemed like in this trend where Disney is finally starting to go back to providing more unique offerings, Mara just suddenly shrank in terms of its offering, so that it is almost standardized from what you would find in any other place.
All right. Well, before we leave if we're going to leave the resort, transportation. How was the transportation there? Did you guys have a car or?
We did, because we drove down.
All right.
So being 4.5 hours away, there's no reason for us to fly down. So
all right.
We had the car, and the one thing that was kind of a surprise was the whole parking situation down there has changed recently. So they now charge non-DVC people for the stay. For DVC, as long as you're a DVC member staying on DVC points, or a DVC member going through Disney to reserve a cash room, parking is no charge.
Right.
And that's something that that's another reason why I just absolutely love working with Mama, is because when I told her that, she's like, oh, because they were going to charge me parking for the first 4 days.
Yeah.
And she had no idea that was the way it was going to be working.
It's kind of new, right? This is like,
right.
It just started doing that. Yeah.
She said, don't worry about it. Let me take care of it. And next thing you know, I didn't have to worry about parking fees. So,
well, I'm going to thank her for when I get off this podcast recording. We're going over to see Judy and Ken actually for a nice lunch here on a Thursday. And I'm going to tell her, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
That's great.
That really was above and beyond from my perspective, and that's something that I was expecting.
Those are, that's something that would get under her skin. I could see that.
Yeah. And quite honestly, it's one of those things where Disney is just looking to make an extra buck, and it unfortunately is now on the back of
you guys,
Disney Guest.
You have annual passes though, right?
We do, but that doesn't get you free parking at the hotel.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, we've spent enough time at the hotel now, Jeff. Let's get into this food thing.
Alrighty.
Get ready, everybody, because he can describe food like nobody.
I can. So let's start with the wine tasting.
Yeah.
So I tell you, if your guests can, if they like wine, the wine tasting at Jiko's is an amazing experience. It's about an hour.
Okay.
And it's at 3:00 every Wednesday at Jiko's. You arrive and they have a table set up for 12. And at your station, you've got a small charcuterie board.
Oh, nice.
And you have 3 wine glasses. What they do is they usually have it's like 3 different types of cheeses and a couple other things on the plate. But the idea is that they will walk you through it, but they will serve usually, I think they served a white, a rosé, and a red.
Okay.
What they did is our sommelier that was walking us through was actually one of the servers at Jiko's, because apparently as part of the sommelier certification, you have to spend a certain amount of time as a server.
Okay.
In order to gain that experience of helping customers with their wine selection. And the woman we had was just absolutely excellent. She gave us a little bit of a history of South Africa to begin with as to how did South Africa end up being a wine region, because it's well known for wines. And so how did it get there? And so she gave us a little bit of history of that. And then she talked about the different regions within South Africa, and each of the wines she selected were from different regions to highlight different aspects of the South African wine industry. Then she would have us try the wine with each of the 3 cheeses that were on the board to get how different types of cheeses interact differently with the wine. And so it was just interesting. There wasn't a lot there that you're going to walk away going, I'm like completely stuffed and full. Yeah. But it was enough for you to get a sense of what she was talking about and get you a little bit more educated on the South African wines. It was delightful. She was wonderful. She was funny. The wines were exceptional. I walked away saying, I have to book this again.
Isn't that funny when you do an experience at Disney World? You're like, why did I not ever do this before?
It's true. I was so glad that I finally asked to do this, because Leanne, she was all over it. She got us in when we were there. All of us just had a fabulous time. And so
your recommendation is book this like 6 months ahead of time.
Absolutely, because as I said, it's 12 people once a week. Yeah. And that's it. So it goes fast.
Well, again, we're on the same topic, and there's a new wine place. I'm really curious to hear what you thought of that one.
So
I love that.
Wine Bar George. So this is something that I definitely, of course, had to experience. And this is my first trip to Disney since it opened.
Right.
And we love Disney Springs to begin with. I mean, we can think of no better way of spending an afternoon than wandering from bar to bar to bar.
Well, you've been going to Disney for a long time. I mean, it was a place where Mom never really cared to go to Disney, Downtown Disney as it was called, too much. And so what's your take on the enhancements?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Disney Springs has completely transformed it as a destination.
Yeah.
I agree with the original reason why they decided to do what they did. It's because you had the marketplace, you had Pleasure Island, and you had the West End. And they were three very distinct personalities. And eventually Pleasure Island ended up just basically rotting at its core. I think that they messed up when they went from a pay for entry model to free and cover charges at the door, because what ended up happening, I found that there was a lot more of the local people coming in, and they weren't as respectful as some of the guests were. And so it became a bit more
rowdy, probably.
Yeah. And eventually they just closed it down, and it just started to decay.
Yep.
Now it's a unified story. It's absolutely stunningly beautiful when you're walking around down there now.
So true.
And the restaurants and the bars and the entertainment is so unique and so fun. I mean, we never tire of going down and walking around down there. It's just
so
a lot
true.
of fun.
And they just seems like opening up a new place like all the time. And so tell us. Yeah, I'm dying to hear what you think of Wine Bar George.
So Wine Bar George opened up, and I wasn't sure what to expect. I knew, obviously, it was a wine bar, so there's a certain amount of expectation that goes along with that.
Yeah.
And they do have a considerable number of wines on tap. And by that, they have machines that are set up to pump nitrogen into the bottle, which keeps it fresh.
Okay.
It basically prevents oxygen from getting into the wine prematurely and oxidating it, and therefore that's what causes the wine to turn over time. Is that once you pull that cork or screw off that top, oxygen is getting in there,
right?
And when that happens, the wine starts to more rapidly age, and it just starts oxidizing and turning. So it's only good for another week or so in the bottle.
Yeah.
If you're keeping your wine longer than a week after it's opened, then you're either not experiencing the wine at its best, or you're saving it for cooking. Which is fine. I mean, I do that myself, but
good
usually
to know.
A wine is only good for about a week, and by the end of that week, it starts to get a little sour.
I didn't know that. I learned something. Yeah, I'm not surprised, but yeah.
But Wine Bar George actually uses this new system that I've seen in other wine bars over the years, where the bottles will actually be filled with nitrogen, so that as it pumps out, the nitrogen goes in, and it basically prevents oxygen from getting in and spoiling the wine before it's time.
Awesome.
But their wine list is quite extensive. And the wine ranges from the reasonable to the oh my god.
Yeah.
But what was nice is that I worked with our waiter. We obviously sat down. They have a delicious selection of charcuterie and cheese boards. We ended up getting some of those to enjoy while we were having our wine. And as far as selecting a wine, it's difficult unless you actually know the wine itself that's on the menu. And so it gets a little overwhelming if you're just going by that. But fortunately, your servers are there to help you. And we actually work with them to say, I'm looking for a white, and I'm looking for something that's clean and crisp. It's, on the dry side. And then once you start giving them some of that information, they're like, okay, I think I understand what you're looking for. They will work with you in terms of price range. Because I told them, I said, look, I absolutely want a nice bottle or a nice glass of wine, but I don't want to spend like $50 a glass.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with going like up to $20 a glass if it's a really good wine.
Okay.
And
can you really tell the difference, Jeff?
I can.
Yeah.
I can, because I've had enough exposure to different types of wines.
Yeah.
That if I get a really good, especially a nice red, my absolute favorite wine is a jammy, dry red that you almost want to chew out of the glass. It's just basically you take your jam jar but without the sweetness, and that would be like my perfect wine.
Interesting. I guess I could get there then. I'm on my way.
And so, it was great because we could work with them. They have both individual glasses of wine and wine flights. And the wine flights are a good way of being able to experience different types of wines. It's almost like going into the Tutto Gusto wine bar or wine grotto in the Italian pavilion in Epcot. You can also get flights of Italian wines, and it gives you a nice broad selection from the different regions in Italy. It's the same thing here. You can just get a wine flight and get a wide variety of experiences.
Yeah, we love our flights, whether it's wine or scotch or whatever.
There you go. And same here. Yeah. And so they were really good about working with us. They did not make me feel stupid for asking certain questions. Everyone felt like he was being respectful and helpful. And ultimately, at the end of the day, when everyone's wine arrived, everyone was very happy.
Excellent.
And in fact, it was funny because, what is the name of the white that you... So Leanne said, I'm looking for a white. I'm looking for a Chardonnay. I'm looking for something that's a bit oaky. And he's like, I have the perfect wine for you. And he brought basically the wine that she always drinks at home, which is like I forget the name of the brand. It's not Woodbridge, but it's like a very familiar brand name. And that's what he brought to the table.
That's funny.
Like, well, I guess that I know what I like.
That's what she described. Yeah.
So it just goes to show you that it doesn't have to be fancier from a region that you've never heard of.
That's great.
There's perfectly good wine that's out there that's really not a lot of money. So
hey, I think one interview I did, it depends where you sit with your experience there, right? Did you find where it was a comfortable spot? Or
downstairs was mostly bar seating with some smaller tables along the wall. Upstairs, you had a variety of both tables and like couches and chairs and that type of thing. We ended up getting there early because as the evening progresses, it gets more and more crowded.
Yeah, I know.
And so for us, we got there, I would say maybe 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon.
I love that. That's my strategy whenever we go down to Disney Springs because there's plenty of people there. You're just not bothered by heaps of crowds.
That's right. And you're not fighting people to get a table.
Exactly. Yeah, I love that time of day. Perfect.
Yep. And I would almost always I would avoid Friday and Saturdays because that's when the locals go down.
Yep. Good tips. Absolutely great tips there. Oh, wow. So you did enjoy Wine Bar George.
Very much. Very much. And I think the secret to success with Wine Bar George is getting there early so that you can get a good table or a good seat. And 2, working with your server.
Makes sense.
They are very good about working with you to get you the wine. And in fact, we ended up having one wine arrive that didn't quite meet the palate of the person that was having it. And the waiter had no problems in bringing it away and bringing a different glass of wine because they're really focused on making sure that you're happy with what you're drinking.
Nice. Well, I hope while you're down there you didn't just drink and you had some food in your belly. So tell me, what were some of your favorite dinners?
Oh, Lord. So we ended up going to Citricos for our anniversary.
Yeah, tell everybody where is Citricos? I've never done that one.
Yeah, Citricos is over at the Grand Floridian. And we ended up having, in fact, it was the exact same table that we got when we were here for an anniversary of some other friends of ours that we went to Disney with several years previously. Yeah. And it was right up against the window overlooking the marina. If we had stayed long enough, we would have seen the fireworks go off over the castle. But we were in and out before that even happened. But Citricos is absolutely hands down one of my favorite places to go if I'm wanting to kind of dress up a little and have a more hoity-toity experience, if you will.
And why Citricos? There's another fancy restaurant in Grand Floridian too, right? What's the other one there?
So there's
Narcoossee's,
which is more of a seafood type of restaurant.
Okay, I was curious what the difference was between the two. Okay.
And I haven't actually been to Narcoossee's yet. I made reservations one night for one trip, but we ended up doing something different and ended up canceling the reservation. Right. But I have yet to get over to Narcoossee's, and I would like to because I've heard very good things about it.
No doubt. And so what did you have at Citricos?
I had the scallops.
Okay.
That was on our risotto, and it was just lovely.
Nice.
It was light, it was delicious, and it wasn't as filling, so it afforded me the ability to get an appetizer and dessert.
That's important. What were those? Do you remember?
I don't remember what they were. I think I can't remember. I know dessert ended up being. It was actually on the house because I called ahead to let them know that it was our anniversary.
All right.
So they actually brought it over. It was a couple little bites of, God, I can't even remember what it was. It's like chocolate-covered strawberries and some other little things. And they had written in chocolate, happy anniversary.
Oh, yeah. On the
plate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. What, do you remember what Barry had?
I don't remember at this point. I need to start writing this down because it's been 2 months now, and it's like, oh, what is it? What is it?
Don't you take pictures of every meal you have?
I wish I did.
I do that.
I don't always.
That's how I remember.
I was more focused on just having a delightful meal, and not so much on the taking of the pictures. So.
I know what you mean. All right. Cool. How about another one?
So for my birthday, I wanted to go to Morimoto, Asia. And so we ended up going over there to have the duck.
Okay. Yes, I've heard that is a fantastic. Have you been there before?
Yes.
Okay.
And in fact, we wanted to repeat it. And this time with some of our friends that had come down. And we ended up doing the Peking duck, which is basically Peking duck for two.
Okay.
And it's already pre-sliced and laid out on the plate for you. And it comes with little pancakes that you use to create little roll-ups, if you will, and with different sauces. But it's absolutely delicious. It's not fatty at all. If you enjoy duck, the Peking duck at Morimoto, Asia is a must.
Yeah, I think I've heard you say this before. And are they kind of known for their Peking duck there?
They are.
Yeah.
And they're also known for having a nice stock of Japanese whiskeys, which is also one of my favorite.
that bell just ran off in my head. Yes, I remember that.
Yes. So
I was surprised when you told me that before. Yeah, the word Japanese and whiskey doesn't sound to go together, but you trained me in this one.
Oh, it absolutely does now. So if you think about it, they're known for sake, which is a fermented rice wine.
Yeah.
And what they've done is and the Japanese are exceptional at taking somebody else's idea and improving upon it.
Sure.
And they have done this with whiskeys for quite a number of years now. And in fact, they're so popular in the Western regions that they basically are at risk of selling out of all of their whiskeys. And so they're actually starting to blend some of their aged whiskeys with some of their newer whiskeys and then packaging it without an actual year.
Yeah. Are you able to get that anywhere else besides down at Disney?
I used to be able to go up to Yankee Spirits and get it. Down here is kind of hit or miss.
Okay.
I have yet to find a good place to have it, but there are a couple places that will order it for me if I ask.
Outstanding. So meal was good there then.
Meal was excellent there. We had such a good time as we always do. Morimoto, I would definitely highly recommend. We also had dinner at Jiko, and in fact, we ended up having the same waitress that actually did our wine tasting.
That's cool.
And she was fabulous. Again, it was another situation where we ended up working with her to find out what the best wine pairing would be. Now, one of the things that, and this is for those listeners that have been to Jiko for a number of years, when they first originally opened, they did it was a filet mignon on a bed of homemade macaroni and cheese with a red wine reduction sauce that had taken 2 days to reduce.
Yes, I remember you talking about this. Yeah.
Yes.
They took it off the menu, right?
Well, they took it off the menu, but for people in the know, they will do this. And what I found out is that this is something that is a specialty that the staff is addicted to. And in fact, she ended up bringing some out for us, which is great. And they've changed up their recipes a bit. And so their macaroni and cheese is a little different now, but it still is delicious. And there is a red wine reduction sauce, but it's designed for, I want to say, the wild boar. As opposed to the filet. So if you just tell the waitress the mac and cheese with the red wine sauce, they do that together as like a side dish.
Oh, okay.
Oh. And it's so good. She brought over a bowl of it for me because it was my birthday, and everyone at the table had a bite, and they were just like, wow.
That's awesome. I'm getting so hungry for lunch. We're going up to Judy and Ken's. We're going to have tacos. So I don't know.
Are you going to make it?
I got so many leftovers here. I'm thinking of, I know. This is great. Dear. Wow. Did you you like filet mignon, right?
I love fillets.
Yeah.
I love many different cuts of beef, but filet, I love a good ribeye.
Okay.
If you can get it. And I think on property, the best steak I've ever had was, it was an Angus ribeye over at Le Cellier. And they don't serve it anymore. Okay. And we went back this past time, and I was like, no.
Yeah. What was the second choice? Was it any? How was that Le Cellier steak there?
So it's still delightful. I mean, they are known as a steakhouse, and we did definitely get the ribeye. It wasn't quite the same ribeye as before, but it was still delicious.
I didn't catch what you had at Jiko for did you have a piece of meat?
What did I have at Jiko? I had, what did I have at Jiko? I don't remember now. It's all blurring together.
I'm thinking, that beef, I'm thinking the Wagyu beef. I'm thinking of at over in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah. Well, they also have Wagyu beef over at Morimoto Asia.
Okay.
And it's sold by the ounce.
Yeah.
Just bring your checkbook.
Yeah, right.
It is quite expensive.
Did you not go to Tiffin's this time?
We did go to Tiffin's, but it was just our regular. It wasn't. Again, I absolutely adore Tiffin's, and we went with the entire group.
Okay.
But it wasn't one of those things that I wanted to kind of go over because it's something I've already kind of talked about in the past. So, but yes, I love Tiffin's. Of course, we always preface it with a smart cocktail, maybe a charcuterie board over in the Nomad Lounge.
All right. I want to make sure.
Yes. Oh, yes. But Tiffin's is still one of my top restaurants on property. Absolutely. But we actually went over to the Harambe Market.
Yeah.
And they do, it's like a little fast food.
Yeah.
Counter service area, and they do a couple sausages over there that were actually quite lovely. We wandered over there because we were hungry and we weren't quite sure what we wanted.
Oh, I'm a big sausage fan. I like that.
Yeah, sausages over there were exceptional. So
that's good to know because I've gone over there. It seemed like every booth I went into, there's 3 or 4 windows. They all had ribs, which I'm not going to complain about because I'm a rib. Yep. I love ribs. But yeah, it's good to hear they have a little variety there too.
They do.
Good.
They do. Absolutely.
Well, we hit some of your highlights of these beautiful meals and celebration meals. What's kind of your quick service? Did you hit some quick service that kind of stand out for you?
The ones the big one was the fact that we were there for the Epcot Wine and Dine.
Oh, yeah.
So we went around to the different booths a couple days, actually. And over at the Australian booth, they had a lamb chop. that was done with a little mint sauce that was exceptional. In fact, it was funny because it was a lamb chop with a mint sauce with ground up potato chips.
Oh.
As kind of a garnish on top, and it was delicious.
Interesting. I love chips. Yeah, nice.
And then over in the Future World area, they had a little area where there was some the booths were themed around earth, air, fire, water.
Yes.
And there was a smokehouse over there.
Yes, I remember. Yeah.
I ended up getting the ribs over there, which were delicious, but they also served a variation on a whiskey sour that came with a pork rib garnish. And hello, I mean, come on, you're giving me whiskey and beef here, or meat here. I mean, come on, meat on a stick.
For Christmas yesterday, I opened up a gift. Mom she always gets me some really cool gifts that I'm not thinking about, but she gave me this package. Must put that from the liquor store, like all of these whiskey mixers, which I normally am not a whiskey mixer. You like whiskey mixers, don't you?
I like whiskey by itself, and I'm also a fan of whiskey mixers because Barry doesn't like whiskey straight up, but he enjoys a whiskey mixed drink.
I didn't realize there were so many. This is like a pack of like 15 different kinds.
Wow.
And then I opened up another one. She gave me 2 of them. I was like, I don't know, but she gave me a couple bottles of whiskey too. So my son got me one. So I got a Knob Creek and what's Woodman's? No, what's that one?
Woodford's?
Woodford. Yeah. Woodford Reserve.
Woodford Reserve.
Yeah.
Yep. Very nice.
I'm good to go for a while.
Actually, I've been locally here. I've been trying to drink more water, and what I do is I pick up club soda.
Yeah.
Or just seltzer in a can. And I've been I have a sippy cup I got from the Hartford. It's literally like a tall aluminum thing with a spout on it so that you can just suck it right from it as opposed to having to open it up.
Okay.
And of course, it was during one of the campaigns that the Hartford was doing to kind of get people to drink more water. But I've been taking recently in the evenings when I want a little bit of a cocktail is I'll put my seltzer water into my sippy cup and I'll throw in about an ounce of wild turkey honey and a little bit of sweet and sour mix. And it's delicious.
Oh boy, I'm in trouble.
Oh my God, that's so good.
I'll be in trouble hanging out with you, Jeff. I'll tell you this. Well,
I'll tell you.
So Wine and Dine was fun for Food and Wine. You had good times there.
We did, and in fact, we ended up doing the typical drink around the world, starting in Mexico for the margarita and nice. You know, I had to get my blood orange margaritas while Barry was shopping.
So good, so good.
And then we ended up going to the different booths to explore, especially if they had wines or other mixed drinks that I was interested in. But of course, we ended up having to stop at the Wine Grotto for a flight of wine. And
I was surprised. I think one time we spoke, you had never tried the wine bar there in Italy.
And now it's become a must-do for us.
I think I embarrassed you. Like you got to be kidding me! You haven't done Tutto Gusto. I was like, yeah, I knew you'd like that.
I'll tell you, it's become one of our favorites.
Yeah,
so
no doubt.
We go in there. Usually by the time we get around to Italy, I'm just on that verge of drinking where I need to get something in my stomach. So we'll go in for a charcuterie board and a flight of wine, and then that usually stabilizes everything, and we're good to go.
So good. All right. Well, I think did we cover the food pretty good, or we got more?
I think we did.
All right. I think, was it in Epcot you guys met up with some other super geeks?
We did. And so one of our days at the Food and Wine, I found out that Chris Gates was down and Stacy Zito, and it was one of those serendipitous times where we were both in the same place at the same time. We connected and we had a little geek meetup.
I love that. And if you don't know, Jeff is the best selfie taker in the geeking community.
Freakishly long arms.
And I love to use those pictures when I'm inviting or saying hi to new people coming into our Facebook group. I always like take those geek and meetup pictures, and it's kind of fun. I don't know if this was the particular meetup, but yeah, I'll see people on the Facebook group like, oh, I'm in Epcot today and having a good time. And someone will go, hey, wait a minute, I'm in Epcot today.
I tell you, it's like, I've actually had people come up and say, oh, would you like me to take your picture for you? And I tell them, I said, no, because we prefer the angles and the fun of the selfie. There's just something about, there's a big difference between posing for a picture and unless you can get it right, it looks like you're posing for a picture. And then you get the selfie, and the selfie is more like everyone's trying to get in, so everyone's having a little bit more fun.
Yeah.
And it seems a little bit more natural that way. And I don't know what it is, but I usually prefer to do the selfie over having somebody take our picture for us. So.
And you're the best. So if you ever meet Jeff in the parks, ask for a selfie. You'll
freakishly long arms.
It comes out great. Well, I see one other thing of the notable things you did that we haven't spoke about, and you guys did a spa day.
We did another spa day, and it was not quite the $1,000 spa day.
Well, yeah, we'd have to tell everyone who's new to the show. The story of is kind of one of the legendary stories on the podcast.
Yeah, I'll tell you. So 10 years previously, we had stayed at Saratoga Springs for our honeymoon. And I decided that since it was our honeymoon, that we would treat ourselves to a day at the spa. And so I booked all these different services, including a facial, couples massage, and I booked a mani-pedi for the afternoon. And in the course of the mani-pedi, Barry, who's very personable, got the girls to talking, and we were all having a great time. And before you know it, they're like, oh, how about a paraffin treatment? That sounds great. Hey, how about a sugar scrub? That sounds great. So we're having a good time and getting all pampered and what have you. And at the end of the time, we didn't realize that every one of those services is an upcharge.
Lesson learned for all you guys listening.
And then you have to realize that you want to tip your masseuses. Wow. And so I didn't realize that on top of our $750 charge of the day, that it was also going to be an additional 20% on top of that for the tips. But I will say that at least they've made it better. At that time, you had to pay cash for the tips, so we had to scrounge the money together for the tips. But then now everything can be charged on a credit card or to your room, which is great. And
or even more dangerous.
Yeah. And DVC offers a discount, which we definitely made use of this time. So instead of $1,000 day, it was only about a $400 day with tips, but it was still a great day.
Experience. Yes. It's good to have some experience.
It is.
Nice.
So we ended up having the couples massage, and then we went for pedicures. We ended up both getting matching hidden Mickeys on our toenails. It's just one of those things that was like, I was just going to have my toes done. That was going to be fine. But then Barry is over there. They're pulling out the nail polish. I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, she's giving me a Mickey. And I look down, and sure enough, she's using black nail polish to create a small Mickey head on his big toe. And I said, I want one too. So we were walking around in our flip-flops with Mickeys on our toes.
So proud.
So true.
Oh, my gosh. You guys are funny. Well, which ones do you like better then? Did you pick Grand Floridian for a reason over Saratoga Springs?
We picked Grand Floridian because it was going to afford us the ability to go to Citricos, because we did the spa day, and then we went over to Citricos for dinner. And in fact, while we were having our spa day, our friend Leanne was actually flying in that day. I met her at the bar, Misner's, behind the grandstand. She and I ended up having a couple drinks while Barry was relaxing in the sauna. He eventually got himself pulled together and met us up there for so that we could all go over to dinner at Citrico's.
I was just thinking, you must be like super relaxed when you get these treatments, and I think you gotta be careful what you got planned for that evening, don't you? You don't want to do anything.
Well, so that's why we kind of planned it the way we did, because we drove over and did valet parking.
Yeah.
Because we've got the Tables of Wonderland. They still haven't taken that away from me.
Yeah. That gives you the valet parking, right?
Exactly. So we valet parked. We walked over to the spa for treatment, and then we walked over to the main building for the bar to just kind of sit back and relax and have a couple drinks. And then we walked. It's just like right around the corner to go over to Citrico's for dinner.
Nice. What do you think? What do you think of Meisner's?
I love it.
Yeah.
They have some very unique drinks in there, and it's fun to listen to the band play.
Exactly. Yeah. I like that place. I like that spot too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, George. Yeah, George. Look at
that's my dad's name, actually.
Jeff, George, whatever your name is.
Whatever.
Oh my cow! This has been.
We did that. And then we actually, before the majority of people arrived, we actually went over to the sales center over at Saratoga Springs, and we got additional DVC points, which was great. I mean, we bought in at 140 points, which we had upsold ourselves. Originally, the person that was helping us was only going to sell us 100 points.
I remember that, yeah.
And we ended up upselling ourselves. And then we decided that 140 points is definitely still not enough. And so we decided to go an additional 160 points. So now we have about 300 points to spend, and we're definitely already running out.
Wow. I want to get into what you got coming planned up for the year too, but you're such a great planner, and I always like to ask people some tips for newbies. Was there anything on this particular trip that kind of stood out to you, that, your strategies or anything, any kind of tips you can give listeners?
Well, I would say that there are a couple things that you need to do. You need to have a conversation with everyone that's going, and try to find out, is there something that they have expectations of?
Yeah, I like that.
They want to do, and you want to make those plans as early as you can. So if it's a particular restaurant, you want to try to get the reservation 6 months in advance. If it's a particular ride, you want to get on that Fast Pass system 2 months to the day, and start booking those, because if people are going down there and they have an expectation to ride something and they get there and you don't have the fast passes, there is a very good likelihood that you're either not going to get on it, or you're going to be waiting in a very long line
to
do so. Especially if you've got kids. Kids don't always do well in long lines. So
we had someone post last night. I barely could get to sleep reading this, and a thread started going. Someone mentioned that they had a friend, I think it was, they were driving down to Disney World. They didn't even have tickets yet. They didn't even have park tickets.
Wow. And
they were just going to show up, and, especially this time of year, this is Christmas week, and they are set up for a real awakening. They're going to be really disappointed, but that's an extreme. That's,
Yeah, that's definitely extreme. In fact, I usually tell people that ask me, I say, look, yes, I'm OCD when it comes to planning, but I realize that it's better to plan and cancel than scramble for it when you're there.
Was there anything like when you were down there that you guys said, I don't feel like doing this, let's do something else, and it really worked out good for you?
Trying to think offhand. No, actually, one of the things that we did this particular time is, for the most part, we didn't over-plan. So the things that we planned for were things that we really wanted to do. We really wanted to spend our day at the Grand Floridian for our anniversary. So we planned for the spa, and we planned for Citrico's.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So that worked out fine. And then for my birthday, it was Jiko and spending the day at the lodge and relaxing. And when we went the only thing we didn't do that I wanted to do is try to catch Rivers of the Light.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You got
and it's one of those things where there were people that hadn't seen the light show on the tree. And given the very short window you have at night at the Animal Kingdom, you really have to make a decision on whether you want to see the light on the tree or whether you want to see rivers of light.
Yeah.
And so in this particular case, we opted to, even though we had the Rivers of Light package for dinner at Tiffin's, we decided to just not go to Rivers of Light and instead go see the tree, because I thought the tree would be
interesting.
Something everyone would really enjoy. So
very interesting. All right.
Yeah. But I mean, it's, again, plan for it. You can always cancel it when you're there.
Exactly. All right. Let's take a look at what you got planned for this year coming up, Jeff. January, you're going. I hope we get a chance to see you that last day that you're leaving, and we're kind of coming in.
Well, chances are we probably can, because, as I said, we're going down with our friends Bob and Marisa. It's Marisa's 50th birthday, and we're definitely going to be celebrating it in style that day. We're going to bring them to Citricos for dinner.
Nice.
And then I think it's got we're going to hit Citricos, then we're going to grab the monorail over to the Magic Kingdom, and they have extra magic hours that evening.
All right, good.
So we're going to catch Magic Kingdom, hopefully where the crowds are a little bit lower, so we can get on a lot of the rides that are there. But they may have to leave a couple days early.
Okay.
So we may have that Thursday and Friday to ourselves. So we should have a lot of flexibility in terms of trying to find out where you guys are and trying to meet up with you guys.
All right. I'll message you where we're going to be. I'm going to find out today. And you're staying where for this trip?
So in January, we're staying 5 nights at the Saratoga Springs.
Nice.
And we got a 2-bedroom for that stay.
Nice.
And then we are going to be using our RCI membership for the first time. So we bought into that a year and a half ago.
Oh, okay. I don't think I knew that. Okay.
Yeah, it was one of those things that we thought we were getting into it, and the sales guy made it sound like, oh, it's going to be no problem. You'll be able to stay for a month and yada, 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 because we were originally thinking that we were going to use it to get places here on Hilton Head Island.
Oh, okay.
So that we could be near my parents, who actually are now living about 3 streets away from us.
Yes.
Which is great for us and great for them. So it's worked out really well. But at the time, we were thinking that we could rent a 1-bedroom villa for the month for not a lot of money. Okay. And it turned out to be not necessarily the case. Okay. And the points that we ended up getting didn't quite cover even a week in a particular location.
Okay.
So it's been weird trying to figure out how to use our RCI membership. I mean, anyone who owns DVC understands the problems that you have trying to get a room using DVC. Mm-hmm. It can be sometimes even worse trying to get a room using RCI and their points.
Okay. Yeah. But, can you describe any kind of differences? Because RCI is still a point system that's flexible.
It is. And in fact, you can use your DVC points to rent RCI points, right. But it's exactly the same thing. So the more popular resorts, the nicer resorts are going to be almost always booked unless you get it a year out or something like that.
Is there a system? Is there a system similar to DVC where, if you're your home resort, you can do 11 months, and anywhere else it's 7 months? What's their kind of program? It's
not quite there because you're not really buying into a home resort per se. We do have a home resort, but it's not the same concept as Disney. It is just about as difficult to get in. There are wait lists to get in.
Yeah.
But we still haven't quite figured out how to best use our points per se. But we discovered through Bob, who is also a travel agent who uses RCI himself personally, he turned us on to a feature of RCI called Last Call. It's open to anybody who's an RCI member, and it's for hotels that are trying to sell rooms that they have not booked.
Right.
And so you can't actually use the system until about a month to a month and a half before your trip.
Right.
What they're doing is they're basically dumping the rooms and trying to get some money for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just so that they're not empty.
Yeah, that's great if you're flexible. And
it is.
Yeah.
But it grates at me, who's the OCD planner. When you're trying to plan a vacation and you're like, I need to know I have a place to go.
Yeah. And in this case, you're planning for January to kind of extend it, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
And so, but Bob was able to do it. He got us,
Nice.
We each have a 1-bedroom villa. It's at a place that's very nice, about a mile off a property. It's only costing us about $280 for the week.
Oh, I'd love to hear, how that makes out for you.
It's crazy, but it's definitely something I'm going to be looking into more often.
Good job. And now let's talk about, you got another trip in May of 2019.
We do,
Yeah.
May. So this is something that we've had planned for a year and a half now. I mean, we literally started talking to Leanne is doing all the arrangements on it. So she's got a vacation planner she's working with. Started talking with her about 2 years in advance. So we're doing the Western Caribbean on the Disney Fantasy in May.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And it's going to be a 7-day cruise. And we're going to stay at the boardwalk for one night beforehand.
Okay.
And then use Disney transportation down to Port Canaveral.
Yep.
And then when we arrive back, Leanne and her husband are going to fly home from the port. They're going to take transportation to the airport.
Yeah.
And we're going to go back to the hotel, and we're going to stay an additional 5 nights in a 1-bedroom at the boardwalk.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic. And which islands are you going to go to? Do you know, for the Western Caribbean?
I know that I think St. Thomas is one.
Actually, my cruise friends tell me they love being on the ocean more than going to the ports.
Really?
Yeah, they've said that. They like being on the boat.
This is going to be our first cruise ever. And
I wanted to ask that. I wasn't sure.
First cruise ever. Barry has...
We're in trouble, I think, because everybody loves these cruises.
Oh, my gosh. I know. So Barry has always had motion sickness, and that's one of the reasons why he never goes on some of the faster rides with me at Disney.
Yes.
But he has access to the patch.
Right.
And that's worked for him. And so he's giving it a try. He's going to be, go down there, patches in hand and on neck. And he's going to give it a try because everyone keeps telling him that the ships are so big that you really don't feel any of the motion. And so we're going to give it a try. We have adjoining staterooms with veranda overlooking the ocean so that we can unlock the veranda overlook so that we have one big balcony. It's going to be 2 ports of call and then Castaway Key.
Nice. Wow.
So it's going to be predominantly ocean while we're down there.
Okay, yeah. All right. I think you guys are going to love it. From every indication I've heard from people, and I think here we go again.
Yeah, I tell you, it's. I'm looking forward to it. And I told Leanne, I said, when we get to Castaway Key, I want to rent a veranda.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, one of those bungalows that are on the beach.
Yeah.
I want to rent one of those because I want to kind of go to a place that we have where we can relax. We have beverages. We can go to the sand if we want to. We can get away from the kids if we want to.
Has Leanne been before on the cruise?
She has been on other cruise lines.
Okay.
I don't know if she's actually been on a Disney cruise before, but she figured that for Barry's first cruise, it probably would be best if we did Disney right off the bat because they are a highly rated cruise line.
That they are, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think of that. Nice.
Oh, I can't wait.
Well, this has been, as usual, I knew it would be fun. I knew I'd be hungry after, and... What a fantastic report. Jeff, as usual, did we miss anything?
Oh, dear. Not that I can think of. I mean, I will say they offered us these fast passes as part of being part of the process. And quite honestly, I think that they'll give these to you regardless of whether you buy points or not.
Yeah, but just for going for the show, right? You get these little perks. Yeah. These are the perks for going for the presentation.
And I'll tell you, they gave us 3 anytime fast passes for everyone that was on the room.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
So since Leanne was staying with us, she didn't go to the show, but she got the fast passes so that when we went out into the parks, we were able to get these with her, and they were good for 3 days afterwards.
All right,
so
good.
We didn't have to wait. We didn't have to use them that day. We had a couple days to use them, and as long as we weren't going on the big ticket things like Frozen,
Slinky Dog,
some of the other Slinky Dog, those things wouldn't go, but we could get on Soaring, which is what we used it for. Actually, we used like 2 Soarings and one other. It was great.
Nice.
And Slinky Dog. We got on Slinky Dog, so we did get over Toy Story Land. So I was happy about that. We went on Toy Story Mania. We went on Slinky Dog. I kind of avoided the alien saucers.
Really? How come?
One, we didn't have, because you could only choose Slinky Dog or the saucers.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things that it's like one or the other.
Yeah.
And I just didn't feel like doing it and standing in line. The line was so long.
Right.
But we did see the gate going into Star Wars.
Right.
So and I was shocked that it was over next to Muppets.
Oh yeah, it's all that back lot area, you know, and you can, but you can really see it from Slinky Dog looking over, you know.
You can.
Yeah.
You can. In fact, there was a bunch of construction that we saw when we were over there. It's going to be quite a tall land for sure. But I was shocked that the gate was there. I was expecting it somewhere else, but that's where it was. But I can't wait for that to happen.
We have more fun ahead, don't we?
We do, because we're definitely also planning Christmas next year at Disney as well.
Okay.
So that'll be 3 trips in 1 year.
Wow. Good for you. Good for you guys.
Alice in Wonderland will definitely be installing facial recognition.
Well, I hope you don't get kicked out, and I think they like to see you guys come. Actually,
I think so too. I think that the amount of money that we're actually spending,
they don't mind it at all.
Dude.
Well, please say hi to Barry for us, and
I will.
I'm glad you're in your new home, and I'm a little bit jealous. You're going to have no winter to suffer through this year.
I'll keep my fingers crossed. Last year we had 4 inches of snow down here, and apparently it paralyzed everyone because there's no snow removal equipment down here.
No, you just sit in the house and wait for it to melt.
That's exactly right. And it got, it's like you couldn't even go out into the streets because it would melt a little bit during the day and then it would freeze again at night.
Yeah.
So nobody could go anywhere. It was just too slippery.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to tell Mama and Auntie Judy and Ken, we're going to make a plan to at least stop and see you guys before you head out, all right?
That would be great. Just keep in contact with me. Let me know what your plans are, and we'll try to swing by and make it happen.
All right, Jeff. Talk to you later.
Sounds good. Thank you, Kurt.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
I think I know what you parents of young children are thinking after this episode of wine tasting and fine dining. You're saying to yourself, I'm leaving those kids of mine at home next trip. Well, you can bring them. There's some great opportunities to leave them with your parents, or maybe you got a babysitter. They have some opportunities down there in Disney World. I hope you get some adult time when it's important to spend some time for yourself too. I think so. And on our January trip, we were there. We were watching Mom and I and Judy and Ken. We're watching all the young families. But I think you got to get some fine dining and wine tasting for yourself. Some Epcot World Showcase time or some time down at Disney Springs. All right, I'm back from the January trip. 1 week back. I'm trying to get things all back in order, get this episode out, and get some more recordings coming up this week. But first, I got some shout outs. 28 Geek and Family members that I met on this past trip. Wow. It was so much fun. Let me get a shout out to everybody. This might not include all spouses, some of them, but hey, Wendy Fox, Mike Desjardins, Jackie Cole and her sister Selena Roll. They were so much fun. Jeff Opolka and his wife Deandra. David Castro and Claudia Castro. We had a great time with them and the kids the last day, especially, some of the special meetups. Susan Cox, Rachel Miller, Andrea Orr Baisley. Yeah, she was there and she kind of spooked me in Tomorrowland. She scared me. I'm one of these guys that jump when I get scared, which she just touched me on the arm, and she was there saying hi for her friend Kayla Wall, also, who's a big fan of the show. Hey Kayla, sorry my video didn't come out so great. I'll give you lots of details of these Geekin' Family meetups when I do my trip report. Hopefully I'm recording with my daughter Lindsay and my good friend Holly Burcase. But hey, Joe K ran right into me as I was going to the bathroom. Hey Joe. Holly Burcase saw her quickly. Jennifer Galambos for the first time. I met Jennifer. Wish we could have spent more time together. Heather Brainerd, second time, 2 Januaries in a row with her husband Rich also. Nick Maglio and Lisa Green. They used to do a podcast called The Disney Exchange, and they've both been longtime listeners, and they've been on the show back in the very early stages of our show. Great to see Nick for the very first time and Lisa Green for the second time, 2 years in a row. Christopher Mom ran into Christopher at the Seas in front of the Manatees. Deirdre Watts. Hey, Deirdre, thanks for dinner. We had lunch over at the Italian Pavilion. Thanks for offering that to me. We had some good times with Deirdre. She was at her official meetups. Steve and his wife, Julia Saxton, ran right into him at the beach club. That was awesome. Brandy Walsh. Got to meet Brandy for the first time. That was cool over at the Polynesian. Bev Johnson, again, I interrupted her meal this time over at the Wilderness Lodge. Nancy Matthew, a good friend of ours that lives down in Disney World, had spent a lot of time with Nancy. Rachel Wright and her sister Becca Sauls. Guys, great to see you. And then I really worked at this the last day. I got to meet Jessica Sims Merrick, and I had to hunt her down, but I found her in front of Splash Mountain. Guys, it was so awesome to see that many of the Geekin' family down this January. So excited. Hey, next up, and you'll hear all about this as I live back our trip report with Mom and Judy and Ken. And again, I'm going to record my personal stories and opinions coming up when my daughter Lindsay and Holly Burcase record my trip report. Can't wait to recall all of those fun Geekin' family meetups. Next up, we got lots of shows. We got like 6 recorded. They were all kind of recorded during the Christmas break. Fran Chandler, yours is up next. Can't wait to hear that back. It's been a long time since I had listened to it. As I get myself together here, I want to do some of these roundtables with a lot of the geeks that I met in January. I did that last year, and that's always fun to hear their trip reports, and I can try to get as many of them together and try to record with them. I can do my own trip reports. I got live trip recordings from September and January. Boy, do I have a lot of recordings. I don't know how I'm going to get this all in. I'm going to have to boost up the memory on my hosting service. It's going to cost me some more money. Living room, we got to record over at the living room for Auntie Judy, Ken, and Mama's trip report. Lots to get to. How about the Geekin' Family Run Disney team? I'm excited about this because we've got the Princess Half Marathon. I know of 4 runners we got going down there, and Holly Burcase will be down there to cheer you on. Stephanie Watson, Rachel Miller, Amy Blackwell Lane, and Brenda Boucher. I hope they all get together and get me a picture, a Geekin' Family reunion picture with all their medals on. That'd be awesome. I'd love to see that. And we'll be having a Run Disney team meeting. We like to do this at least monthly. We're talking about maybe doing it even more. We do have a Facebook group if you're interested in getting after your health. that's what we're doing. We're supporting each other. I'm going to be doing a lot of walking. I'm going back to the gym. I need their support. I got to lose some weight. I have hit the weight limit, the highest I've ever been on my weight. I am getting after it now. I am going to lose this weight, and I need your help too. Come join us in that Facebook group. We're going to have a next Zoom meeting Monday, February 18th, 8 p.m. That's like a live video. We meet some friends. We're getting ready for also, besides the Princess Half Marathon, that's this February, at the end of February, February 21st through the 24th. We're also planning some big things for April 2019 Star Wars race. We're going to be talking about the charity that we're going to be supporting. And I can tell you, it's going to be around the theme of mental health. I am so excited. We had such a great meeting in January about what our theme would be and what the charity we'd be supporting. We're going to get very specific. Jen Moynihan Wynn is a therapist. She gave us 3 ideas. We're going to be reviewing those and picking one of those. There is more evidence. I just keep seeing the need for mental health awareness and support. And I'm so excited about that for our Run Disney team. Hey guys, I'm very accessible. I don't have little kids running around. Don't be surprised if I reach out to you to record a podcast, an intro. How about some Facebook Live? Yeah, I'll get back to that this week. I have so much fun when I'm just talking to you guys directly. You might even get a phone call with me if you want to talk about Disney World, your trip coming up. I love that. If you'd like to chat with me about anything, you can email me at kurt.stone@geekinonwdw.com. You can message me on Facebook. Let's connect, especially our Facebook group. Just come on and join our private Facebook group. It is awesome. There's just an amazing group of caring and knowledgeable Walt Disney World enthusiasts. They will help you plan your trip. I can't even keep up with it, but I don't need to because I got so much support from all you guys and you're helping everybody. You're all contributing. It's so awesome. I see questions getting answered. You got new tips out there. Everything's just going to enhance your next vacation. So take advantage of that private Facebook group. You'll get 3 questions, answer those. I may chat with you a little bit just to qualify you. That's what's kept it such a great group because everyone's just so kind and helpful. So come on and join our Facebook group. We'd love to have you. Hey, now it's time to start promoting that October 2019 trip. I'm back from this trip. I'm ready for the Grand Geekin' Gathering, the G3, guys. Let's do it in October. You'll see lots of talk and discussion about that too. I saw some discussion on our Facebook group about some people who want to get some Geekin' t-shirts. If you're interested in the Geekin' t-shirt, everyone likes it. It's great. I love seeing them in the parks. I love people taking pictures of them. We just look for a dozen. We need a dozen people that are interested in that, and then we'll place our order. That's kind of our minimum quantity, and that's the way we've been doing it up to this point. So let's get together with Auntie Judy. Let's put an order in. Let us know if you want to get a Geekin' t-shirt. Well, each week we share awesome tips for your Disney trip planning, but you can instantly gain that advantage by booking with Mama, Auntie Judy, EJ Cruz, and Jennifer Galambos. You can email Judy and Mama at travelingtiaras@gmail.com. You find EJ and Jennifer on their Little Dole Whips Facebook page. We are authorized Disney planning agency through Fairy Tale Concierge. It's hard when you're away for 2 weeks and you still got people looking to quote, and we got some that came in. Mom and Auntie Judy were quoting someone and digging through things at the Territory Lounge at Wilderness Lodge before Storybook Dining. By the way, guys, a little tip. We loved Storybook Dining, but it was kind of fun. We were having a few drinks and they were putting together a quote. I think they did it right. I'm pretty sure they're good. Even if a couple of drinks at the Wilderness Lodge. How about Jeff giving us some kudos to Mama? She saved him that parking charge. Hey, the thing about that parking charge, it's kind of annoying, isn't it? I mean, the cost is one thing, but geez, do you have to nickel and dime us for everything? But anyways, Mama saved Jeff that. I don't remember how. She did. Mom and Judy got, and EJ and Jennifer, they got all this technical knowledge that are really going to help you guys. The other thing we do, we saved a client over $200 off her package when those January promotions were announced. I'm sorry you're going to miss the free dining. It ends today as I'm recording this. So if you missed it, you kind of missed it. But get on our list. For $200, you can put your deposit down on a trip. I was talking to one of our listeners who's looking at the Polynesian as a dream package. Well, and she wants to go in December, maybe this year. But I'll tell you, put down your deposit and hold it. You won't lose your deposit. You got until 30 days before your trip to change your mind. So I totally recommend that. Bounce backs are so cool. We're getting a lot of our listeners that are down there, and they take advantage of the bounce back deal this year. 20% off that value resort and 25% off the moderates and 30% off deluxe resorts is what the bounce back is. So if you're down there and you want to take advantage of that, talk to us. Hey, we can be your agent if you've booked your trip within the last 30 days. I get that a lot of times. People come into the Facebook group and say, oh, I already booked my trip. I wish I had found you guys earlier. Well, if you've only booked it within 30 days, we can still be your travel agent and help you do all of your planning, especially for your new guys. It's essential. You've heard everybody. You got to have a plan. You need some help. We are the ones to help you. Hey, remember to sign up for our email newsletter, Geek and Gazette. I'll get back to doing that. Go out to our website, geekinonww.com. You'll get free packing checklist and a spreadsheet to help plan your trip like we use for ourselves and for our travel clients. And we send our favorite news items, info on Disney package discounts, and news from the Geekin family with our Geek and Gazette newsletter. Go out there and sign up for that. Appreciate that, guys. It's been fun talking to all you guys since I've been back from Disney World. We'll be talking more. Thanks for geeking on Walt Disney World with us. We really appreciate you listening and geeking with us every single day. We love you, geeks. Have a magical day, and I hope all your dreams come true.
Down to South Carolina near Hilton Head, and it's been so different experiencing the holidays in shorts.
Hey, Jeff, hold on 1 second. You know what? I totally didn't hit my record button.
Oh no! That was a great intro too.
Well, hopefully it'll get better because the second time around will be better.
Okay.
I can't believe that. I didn't even have the button pushed. Well, that'd be for a good blooper. Here we go. Take 2. That was awesome, Jeff. As usual.
Woohoo.
Thank you so much. And wow, what a itinerary you got coming up here. This is awesome.
Oh, I know. It's crazy.
You guys are, well, now that you're settled in with a house and stuff, right? You can.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, and being retired,